Hi, I'm Tamar Henry, and I provide emotional and spiritual support for women who are dealing with fertility challenges or pregnancy loss or both. And today I want to talk to you about what you might be feeling and going through, and what kind of support is important to get if you are a woman who is dealing with fertility challenges as well as potentially pregnancy loss or losses. So, I coach women, as I mentioned, who are dealing with these challenges, and I have a 6 month coaching program, one on one private coaching. And some people wonder, why is this important when you are going to fertility clinics and acupuncture and doing lots of research and basically spending lots and lots of time and money on figuring out what your issue is, how you can solve it, how you can get pregnant, or how you can carry a healthy pregnancy. So that's what I want to talk about today: why it is important, why I believe it's important, and what I can do, and I'm sure other coaches and therapists can do for you on this journey to motherhood. So, what I notice is there are sort of two different big categories of pain and suffering that those of us who are in this world are dealing with. And just as an aside, in case you don't know me already, I have been dealing with this issue myself. I've had 3 miscarriages in the space of about 8 months. So, why the two big categories I'll get to. So the first one is kind of the conscious stuff that we're aware of. So maybe we've been on the journey for years and we're just exhausted by all of it. We're exhausted by the treatments, physically, mentally, emotionally. We're exhausted by talking about it. We're exhausted by reading about it. We're just exhausted. So that's one kind of pain and suffering that we're dealing with. We're also dealing with fear that we're never going to get what we want. We're never going to get the child or the family that we're looking for. We're also dealing with resignation that it may not happen the way we really want it to. And we're also dealing with grief, often because we've possibly lost pregnancies. And that, it's the loss, it's the grief of loss, or the grief of the baby that we haven't been able to, the healthy pregnancy that we haven't been able to have yet. So we're dealing with all of these things, and those are on a conscious level. And I certainly address that with the clients that I'm working with. But the other big category that is sort of hidden or not talked about, which really gets addressed when we work one on one together, is the subconscious. So, what I mean by that is all the thoughts and beliefs that we don't decide to have, they're just there. And they're there because we read about things, we talk to people, we hear things from our doctors, our healers, that are potentially really well meaning, but sometimes they're not super useful for us. And I'll give an example. I actually really love my fertility doctor, but once she said something about the percentage of good eggs that I have at my age, at 41. And I sort of noticed the comment, but I could easily have not noticed it and just let it seep in and started to believe it. But I immediately realized, well, she's talking about a statistic. She's not talking about me specifically. But those are the kinds of things that are really sneaky. They just sneak in. And what I call those is kind of like the dust that gets into your subconscious that you don't even notice. And as you know, if you clean your house every week or every other week, or have a house cleaner come and do it for you, you know that it's not a hard thing to clean dust and vacuum and sort of get rid of surface dirt if you do it on a regular basis, every week or every couple of weeks or even every month. But if you don't do that, what ends up happening, let's just picture if you didn't clean your house for a year or 6 months, how much grime would build up? How much would you need to dust? How much would you need to vacuum? How many little creatures and cobwebs and spiders and all these things, how much would sort of build up on the surface of your house and your furniture? A lot. So basically what we do every week when we work together as client and coach is we clear the dust every week, and we clear out the things that you're not aware of that have seeped in, that are very that can affect you, that can affect your physiology and your biochemistry. Because Our subconscious beliefs and thoughts absolutely affect our physiology and our biochemistry. And obviously, that affects our fertility. So while I can't promise you, if you work with me, you'll get pregnant, what I can do is promise you that working with me absolutely promotes your fertility. It promotes the readiness of your mind, your body, your spirit for pregnancy or for having a family, whatever the outcome is. So I just wanted to leave you with that. If this at all resonates with you, sounds interesting, you have questions, would like to know more, I would love to have a conversation with you. You can email me at tamar@curveballcoaching.com. That's TAMAR at curveballcoaching.com. Thanks for watching.